So I'm not really prone, like, the person to, like, make story times about people and things like that. But, you know, I had really fun in my early 20s, like when I was 18, 19, 20. So I was like, I might as well just make a story time about it. If this is your first time seeing my face, my name is Britt. And you know what? Why not? Let's do a little story time. You guys sit back, relax, okay? And yeah, I'm gonna tell you a time where I got ghosted, but the ghost, I got my lick back, okay? So I was around 18 years old, and of course, when you're 18, you're really naive to like men, okay, people. So I was about 18 years old. Actually, yeah, I was 18. And I remember like I was going to graduate high school. So it was back in like 2017, so before graduation. And I remember this guy, right? Now this guy, I knew him through social media, through Instagram, but like his eyes were freaking amazing. He had these ocean blue eyes. They were absolutely like divine. Okay. So one day, he knew I went to the high school because like I'll always stay after school for dance practice. So like, I'm always literally there after school. So he slides in my DMs. He's like, hey.
Like, you know, I'm just gonna hang out after, you know, after school, whatever. There was like this tailgate, like this football game going on. So
low key, I was like, I got nothing else to do. Like, you know, let's do it. I'm like 18, like whatever. And now thinking about it, I find it so funny because like, boy, you did it. I think he was a little bit older. I think he was around like 20 because he was a coach for like a football team. So he was a little older, and I'm like 18. Anyways, so we meet up. Now it's kind of crazy because at the time I didn't have a car, so like I had to kind of, you know, find my way there. But of course, like now that I'm older and wiser, it's funny to look back at this, how like if a man really wanted you, honey, he will pick you up, he'll have flowers with you, he will have, you know, everything, you know. This wasn't really like an initial date. This was more just like a hangout. So I was going more for the plot or anything, you know, because like it's still gonna be on school, so it's not like it's a date because I wasn't probably even asked to like go on a date. So anyways, I had my grandma drop me off at school, which would work perfect. I'm like, okay, like I'll be at school, so like, you know, it's literally an honest reason was because I wanted to go to this football game, but I really wanted to see the guy, you know, whatever. So we meet up at the school. He's like, actually, you know what? Like, I don't want to, you know, stay at the school. Like, let's go get something to eat. Let's get some ice cream. I'm like, okay, heck yeah. You feel me? At the time, I was more of a shy girl. Like, not shy as in like, but I was more reserved. I wasn't really like open yet, you know, especially like I don't really talk to men on my day-to-day basis. You feel me? I'm like still a baby. Okay. So he wants to leave the school, and like I don't have a ride. Like the ride that dropped me off was my grandma. Okay, because she happened to be at the house, you know, with family, and like she was able to take me back to the school because that was, you know, she was already, you know, whatever. And so yeah, we leave the campus, and I'm kind of like a little like nervous because my first time actually like by myself with someone. I don't really even know this person. And so he picks me up, and then you know, I remember his car was like, because I'm a car girl, I love cars, and like his car was alright, it's like a little Dodge or whatever. Okay, cool. So he picks me up, and I'm like just sitting there like, oop, you know, like, oh, okay. So then he's like, oh, like, where do you want to go? And like for me, I didn't really have an idea what I want to do, or what was the intentions behind this. But I mean, I was just here for the plot. Okay, but it's kind of crazy because looking back, I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what his intentions are, but my intentions are like I'm just here to hang out for the plot. But he's probably thinking like I'm gonna go back to his place, and I'm not even looking for all that. So I was like, you know, like I'll get some ice cream, doesn't matter. Bet. He takes me to the nearest DQ by my house, and I'm a little kind of like, I know we're just like we're not really like dating or anything, we're just like talking, getting to know each other, but I was a little baffled. I'm like, you couldn't take me out to like road ice cream, like you couldn't like spice it up a little bit. Like I know like he offered like, oh, like where do you want to go, and I said DQ or whatever. I think he just took me there. I don't even know if I even asked if I went to DQ, but even though like as a man, like come on, man, like come on, like you ain't gonna take me to road ice cream like for the experience to see, you feel me? like, isn't DQ for old people? Okay, anyways. Besides the point, we go to DQ, and then I already have my, so something about me, ladies, like if you guys are younger, like if you guys are in your teens or watching this video, or like early 20s, whatever, make sure as a woman that you always have either your own cash or you have your own debit card. Okay, never ever, like if you're going out with a guy or friends or whoever, never ever rely on them to pay. That's me, like my little, that's like my little thing. Like I never assume that a man's gonna pay for my meal, a man's gonna pay for my drink, a man's gonna pay for my gas, a man's gonna pay for my ice cream, whatever. I never ever assume. I don't care if I'm on a date, I'm at a hangout, we're going out to get lunch, we're going out to get drinks. I don't care. I'm always gonna have my own money. Because I'm not gonna embarrass myself. I'm not gonna be looking crazy out here. So we go through the drive-thru. He's making small talk, like, oh, like he's telling me like he saw me around campus or whatever, you know, because like I was in high school, like I was on the dance team, like this advanced dance team back in high school. So like, and then I forget to tell you guys, I also was on Powder Puff. It's like flag football, but like just like, you know, flag football for women. So I was on Powder Puff, so that's how we initially like kind of like crossed paths. So after that, I don't know how he found my Instagram, but he found me on Instagram, whatever. And like he started talking to me on there, whatever, and then asked for the hangout. So sitting in DQ, like he's making small talk, and I'm like literally like I don't know what to say. Like I don't, because we weren't really like talk like in school. We didn't really like talk like that. Like it was more just like we'll see each other during like practice. So I don't honestly remember how he found my Instagram. But anyways, so we're sitting there. I don't have really much to say because I'm like, I'm just here for the plot. Like I don't know. You're the man. Help, like you please do something. He's the man. Okay, anyway, but anyway. So mind you, like back then I was more of a shy, like you know, shy girl for real. Like for real. But so he takes me to DQ. We get ice cream. He asked me like, you know, what's your favorite ice cream? I tell him I think I got like a cotton candy swirl. I don't know if DQ still have it, but it was like a cotton candy swirl. And mind you, like I already have my card out. Like I have my card out like this, cause like I'm letting him know that I'm not here, to like mooch off of him. Like I got my own money. Like I'm not the type of girl to be like, oh, like I want him to buy me. I'm like, no, okay. Anywho. So I think he gets like a chocolate ice cream, something super plain. And then, you know, I don't know why, but like in my mind, I thought he was gonna take me to this extravaganza, like dinner, or, you know, I don't know if this was even a date. I think it was more in his mind, just like a kickback. But for me, I don't know why, but I was thinking so ahead of myself, like, yeah, this is a date. I don't know what I was thinking in my head. But like, mind you, like a lot of emotions were going on. Like, it's my first time actually hanging out with a guy, because usually like I don't entertain or like, you know, so I don't know what to expect. So I'm thinking, like, okay, he's probably gonna take me out to dinner or whatever. But mind you, like this was just something like a kickback, but my mind was thinking like, I don't know. So then, you know, we get the ice cream, I'm like, you know, like looking back is like, come on girl, what, come on. But like back then, you know, as we grow older, things change, okay, the mindset. Anyways, he pulls up to this like small community park, and in my head I'm like, are you kidding me, bro? Like you text me to hang out, number one, to get ice cream and go to a park. Now again, I'm not looking at nothing crazy with this guy, because like that's not my intention, but like you couldn't take me out to like the movies or something else, like an arcade, to get to know me. Because like if I'm gonna get to know a person for the first time, like I want to see, you know, their personality, like how they are, and like, you know, are they fun, like what kind of person are they? Like, you're gonna take me to a park? I could have stayed at the school and watched the football game, but instead I'm over here at a park. Mind you, like I'm giving that really like reserved like energy, you know, because again, like I really don't know this coach like that. And like I think he graduated back like a year earlier, so like I think he graduated in 2016 and I graduated in 2017. Like I was gonna graduate that year. I'm sitting at the park, you know, eating the ice cream. I'm getting toward the end of my ice cream. He's like, so like, tell me about yourself. In my head, I'm like, this feels like an interview. this feels like an interview. He's like, tell me about yourself, and like I'm like, tell me about yourself, and he's like, yeah, like, you know, I don't even know, like he was not an interesting guy. He was not interesting at all. I don't even know, like I feel like that kicked out that moment lasted for like 5 seconds, because it's like the dude wasn't interesting. He wasn't really like, he didn't know the whole conversation, and I'm not like, he was a year older than me, but I'm like, dude, like, come on, you're supposed to make the girl feel comfortable and the girl open up, but like I'm just eating my ice cream, like I'm ready to go home, okay? Because this guy is like so lame, and it's so crazy because like on Instagram, we was texting over like Instagram, and he seemed like super cool, like he was like, you know, texting back and forth like super fast, but then like in person, just a boring dude, and then he's like, yeah, like what do you want? Like he was asking me like, oh, like what's, do you have any plans after this? And I'm like, nah, like I'm ready to go home, like I'm ready to bounce. And he's like, oh, like you don't want to go to my place? I'm like,
So, excuse me?
go to where? Your place? No. No. If this what he thought what was going on, maybe that's not it. He probably thought he was gonna, you know, he was gonna go to his place. No. I'm like, no, like I'm cool, like I'm just gonna, you know, oh mind you, back to like the Dairy Queen. He ended up paying, of course. Anyways, I just showed him like, baby, I got my own money. But yeah, he ended up paying for my ice cream. Went over to the park. He's like, oh, let's go back to my place. And I look at him like, no, like this is not what we're doing. This is just a hangout. Plus, I'm so unimpressed that you got me out of my house, texting me like, oh, let's hang out, let's do this and that. So then when I do go out, you know, we do meet up, you're taking me to a park. Like, if you don't got money, just say that. Anywho, now I was 18, so I didn't say all that, but like I should have said that at the moment. But at the time, I was like, okay. But ladies, let me tell you, this is the bare minimum, okay? That's not even the minimum. That is trash. Never go for a man like that who can't even take you out on a proper date and like asking you to go back to his place like you're some type of like object, or like you're obligated. Like he thought just because he bought me ice cream and took me to a park that I was supposed to go back to his place. Baby, I got more. I was okay, honey. Anywho, so he was very persistent in that, and I was like, you know, nah, like I'm not doing that. You feel me? So I think it was like 30 minutes go by. I'm really not engaging because like I'm uninterested, obviously. And I think many men, just because they're really attractive and they're a coach or they play football, whatever, they think that like every woman and every girl should give them what they want. But like, men, are you kidding? Like, I'm not gonna lie, he was attractive looking. Like he was. I even told my sister about him. Like we made it. His nickname was Snake Eyes, because the only thing that was good looking on him was his eyes. Like his eyes were beautiful. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just gonna take you home. I don't know. I don't think we did anything else after, but like. Oh yeah, so then he finally takes me home, right? I don't think we went back to the school. He takes me home. I think it's like 6 p.m. by that time. So, like when we met, it was around like 4. So that was like 6. So we've been chilling at the park for literally that entire time. Like nothing special, nothing cool. Anyways, so we go back home. We're like chilling in the car, right? Because we're in front of my house. I'm chilling. And then he turns on some music, and I'm just like singing because like, I mean, it's gonna be awkward. I don't want to just sit in the car and we're like, so we're sitting there, right? And I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna go inside. Like, you know, thanks for the ice cream. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, okay. Like, thanks for the ice cream. So then he's like, okay, well, have a great night. And then I'm getting on the passenger seat, and then I don't know why, guys, but I gotta be honest with myself. Blue eyes, like the way that his eyes were glittering, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, but I did go in for a peck. Okay, I did get my first kiss, and I was disappointed. Like, that day was a disappointment. Go inside. The next day, he texted me like, hey, like, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Big conversation. And then all he says to me is, can you come over? That's all he was saying. Can you come over? Blink, blink. Like, boy, read the room. Like, if I'm not responding to your messages, clearly I don't want to go over. Now, the thing was irritating too with him was because he knew I didn't have a car. Like, literally I didn't have a car, so like he would have to pick me up and drop me off. And I wanted more of that like gentleman type of like feeling, like, oh, like, he's gonna pick me up and like he's gonna tell me to be ready by 6. That's the mindset I was staying at 18. I'm not gonna lie, I'm proud of her for like, I'm proud of my past self for having that mindset at 18, because baby, that what a girl, okay? Because I know some people like, oh, you know, but nah, like when I was 18, I was like, no, like I want to be treated like a princess, like I deserve, okay? Anywho, so I did get my little kiss of that day. But anyways, so fast forward, he's like, yeah, like come over. And I'm like, hey, like, can you pick me up? He's like, oh, like you can't Uber? Bro, I don't know when Uber came out. I think this was like when Uber was like really new. I don't know, like new. I don't know when Uber came out, but this was like when Uber was like a new thing. I think Uber came out in 2010. Who knows? This was like 2017. I don't know. But anyways, I was like, I am not gonna Uber to a man. Okay, he's gonna either pick me up or I'm not going. Like, you want me to come up to your house and you can't even pick me up? I didn't have a little tension with him, but like still, like if you really want me to come over, you're not gonna pick me up? Like what? So anyways, I tell him like, oh, I don't have a ride there. He's like, oh, you can't Uber? You can't Uber? And I'm like, no, I can't. Like, excuse me. Like, and another thing too, like this guy, like I only been talking to him for about probably like a month at this time. So it's just like, I don't really know you like that to just be Ubering everywhere to your house or to a restaurant, because he wanted to take me out to this Aloha Kitchen. I don't know if you guys are aware, but it was a Aloha Kitchen, like Hawaiian. I think it was Hawaiian. I forgot. I know it said Hawaiian, but it was like this Hawaiian like barbecue place, and it's like, oh, you can't even like pick me up to take me out to eat, like. So eventually I tell him I declined, but I really wish I had the messages. I literally just went back on my Instagram. I wiped everything out, like literally from like I only had the recent messages from like this year. I was trying to give you guys some more like juicy context, but literally like I have no messages saved from this man. Literally he's blocked, because it's like, what? Like this is how you treat women? You can't even pick her up? Anyways, so he then the next day I go to like message him and I'm blocked. I'm blocked. I'm like, not
Him being sassy that I couldn't Uber to him. Oh my
my god, I couldn't Uber, even though he could have picked me up. So I'm blocked, and I'm not gonna lie. When I couldn't message through, I was low-key like offended, because I'm like, how dare you block me? And I felt kind of upset, because I'm like, how dare I let a man block me first? I was thinking like, how dare he block me? Anywho, so I let it slide. I couldn't tell no why I got ghosted. Well, no, he didn't block. No. Yeah, he first he ghosted me, and then no, actually he never did block me. Hold on. He ghosted me. So like he would not respond to my messages. Now I wasn't like double texting. I was just like, hey, like what's up? Like how you doing? You feel me? And he just wouldn't respond back. I was ghosted for like months, and then I just ended up blocking him, right? So I blocked him, and I forgot about it. So then like about 2 years later, I totally forget about this guy. I'm doing my own thing. I forget what I was doing. I think I came back from like perfume shopping or whatever. I was chilling. I get a message, ding, on Instagram, and I'm like, what the heck? I don't recognize like the username or the name at all, but I do recognize the profile picture because of Snake Eyes, the guy that had the blue eyes. And I'm like, bro, it's literally like years later. And I'm like, what could he possibly want, right? So I'm out, and I'm like, what? Like, there's no way he's texting me back after like, I think it was like 2 to 3 years later. Maybe like I'm already grown up, I'm already looking juicy, good as ever. And I'm like, what, right? So I'm looking at the message. It says, hey, now he never ever takes accountability for blocking me at all. He never takes accountability for ghosting me. He never takes accountability for his lack of or nothing. He just, hey,
are you single?
He says, hey, are you single? I'm like, look at my phone. I'm like, that's all you have to say? That's what you text me about? Like, that's what you want to know after these years? Am I single? And mind you, he created a whole new Instagram account. It wasn't his old account because I had blocked his old account. This was a whole new Instagram account. But I only knew it was him because of the profile picture. So I thought to myself, like, man, like, should I ghost him? Like, should I be petty? But then I was like, you know what? Like, I'm way more mature than that. I'm like, hey, unfortunately, I'm not single. I'm with somebody right now. And then literally I had to kill his ego. Because I'm like, no, there's no way you're gonna try to, block me, can't even take me on a proper date or hang out or whatever. And then years later, I'm already graduated high school. I'm out of high school. I'm like in college now. And you want to be like, oh, are you single? I'm like, no. So then after that, he's like, oh, that sucks. Like, he's like, oh man, like, dang. Like, he's just like, oh, like the message is like, oh, dang, And then I block him again. Because you are not going to get the last laugh. I'm always going to get the last laugh. So ladies out there, if a guy ever ghosts you or block him, never, ever reach back out. No, not even that. Never give him the time of day. Don't even be like, oh, like, I'm going to talk to him again. Baby, no, because the first time he proved to you already. So anyways, that was just so funny how, like, I finally got my revenge at the end. Because it's like, these men think, oh, there's, she's going to like me now. No. But anyways, that was a quick little story time. But ladies, make sure you always keep your ground. If you're like in high school watching this video, like, never ever bend for a man. And know your worth. Know your worth and speak up. If you feel like a date is uncomfortable or, a man's forcing you or whatever, it's, oh, let's go back to my plan, blah, 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 but can't even take you out to a proper date. Can't even do that. Can't even, they want you to Uber. Block. All right, adios. Subscribe.